family. Today we have Lenovo ThinkPad T14s Gen 2. It's an Intel Core i5 11 Gen laptop. Let's take it apart, let's see what we can fix, replace or upgrade. Let's start. Start with bottom screws. Now we have to separate the bottom case from the palmrest. So find a gap where you can put your tool in and work your way around the edge to disconnect all the clips. There's a notch inside, so yeah, just pull and then it will release the bottom case. And that should be the part number here. So now we have access to all the internal components. Start with disconnecting the battery. So we have to lift it from here. Now the cord is disconnected. Now let's take it out. So if the battery doesn't hold the charge or it's swollen, you can replace it. Be careful, don't strip the screw. Press it down hard if it doesn't want to go. So that's how we can replace the battery. Here we have the part number. Here you can see the storage. So if your laptop doesn't boot, that's boot device, or you would like to upgrade storage to the bigger one, this is how we can do it. That's the M2 slot. And that's the NVMe SSD drive. Now let's take out the heatsink and the fan. So if the cooling doesn't work, fan is making grinding noise or doesn't spin, you can replace it. Sometimes if the laptop overheats, you would like to repaste the CPU. So then you have to lift the heatsink as well. Okay, now when the heatsink is off, yeah, be careful, don't bend it. It won't work if you don't bend it. Here, let's disconnect the antenna wires for the Wi-Fi card. They are routed through the fan and the video cable as well. So to disconnect the video cable, flip that retaining clip. Now we can pull it out. All right. So that's our fan heatsink assembly. Here we have the part number. Yeah, watch out for this part, don't bend it, it won't work if you bend it. And that's our processor. It's soldered on the motherboard, so if it doesn't work, you have to replace the whole motherboard. Same with Wi-Fi card, it's soldered on the motherboard. If it doesn't work, replace the board. Here, that's our I/O board with our USB port. Luckily, it's separate from the motherboard, so if the port doesn't work, you can replace it. So unscrew this one screw here and disconnect from the motherboard. I usually close the clips, otherwise you can break that retaining clip. Okay, so that's our USB port. Here we have the part number. So now looks like we can take out the motherboard. So let's disconnect all the cables and take out all the screws. I keep the CMOS battery with the motherboard, so let's do that. Here we have our speaker, so we can disconnect it before we take out the motherboard, so it's not in our way. So if the sound is bad, you can replace the speaker. And here we have the part number. Okay, now let's continue with screws for the motherboard. Alright, let's see if it's gonna come out. Alright, and the motherboard is out. Look for the part numbers on those white stickers. Could be this one here. And here. So now let's see if the touchpad, that's our touchpad. So if the touchpad doesn't work, you can replace it. Take out these screws here. Okay, so that's our touchpad. Here we have the part number. Let's see the keyboard. Looks like keyboard. Oh, it's held by these tiny screws, so if you have to replace the keyboard, you can do it, but very often it's sold with the Palmrest assembly as one piece. So let's disconnect now the hinges so we can take out the screen. If you need parts, check gotlaptopparts.com. Okay, now let's gently unfold the hinge assembly. Alright, so that's our keyboard Palmrest assembly. And here we have the part number. Here we have the power button. It's on the separate board. So if this power button doesn't work, you can replace it. Okay, so that's our power button. And here we have our screen. Look for the part numbers on the video cable. Screen is very thin and very fragile. If you try to take it out, you're risking breaking it. So very often it's sold in one piece as the whole screen assembly. Alright, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.